Hello, greetings, friends. Greetings. Hello, wherever you are in the world. Lovely to be with you in this moment and to practice together. It's so lovely to see all the hellos and greetings, all these expressions of metta that people are expressing from around the world. It's very sweet, warms my heart this morning here. I'm Nikki Gafuri in Mountain View, California, unceded Ohlone land, a few miles away from IMC, the virtual background of IMC, so feel we're at home. So today, speaking of being at home, we continue our exploration of the mind's body, not just the body as we take it to be, this fathom-long body, but the mind's body, the way that this physicality, this experience of having a physicality in the world or a perception of a body is impacted by the way we pay attention and vice versa. The way this mind's body or energy body impacts, supports our awakening. Especially if you tend to always do the same thing or pay attention the same way to your breath, to your body. These sessions are specially for you to explore, to open up different pathways, different ways, different impacts. So today in the guided meditation, I'll I'll invite us to explore the impact of attending to the breath, being mindful of the breath in different places, the difference between paying attention to the breath in the abdomen, the chest, the nostrils, the whole body. These all have different impacts. And at different times, different practitioners would be invited to explore. So let's explore together. And all you need is sense of interest, curiosity for your own mind-body laboratory. So here we go. So let us settle. Let us arrive. Finding our seat first and foremost. Feeling our sit bones. Feeling ourselves connected to the earth. Sensing, feeling your feet on the earth, your legs, your bottom on the cushion, lower legs, let them land, let them be released, connected to the earth. A stable base, stable base. Turning your attention, your awareness, intentionally to the sensations of contact. Filling out your legs, your feet, your sit bones. your bottom. Relaxing the upper body, releasing the upper body, the jaw, forehead, neck and shoulders, chest, abdomen, arms and hands. And noting, turning the awareness fully, wholeheartedly to the lower abdomen to receive the breath. The breath is being breathed on its own, so no need to make it into a project. You don't have to breathe intentionally. It's already happening. It's already happening. So all the doing that we do, if there is any doing, is to receive with our awareness the breath in the abdomen. It's just adverting our attention a gift is given every moment. This breath, this gift that keeps us alive, this air, this oxygen. Receive it wholeheartedly. In the lower part of the abdomen, let it ground you. Let it be enjoyable. This knowing of the breath here in this part of the body, filled out, full, bellowing. Notice something about attending to the breath, receiving the breath in the abdomen, how it manifests in the body, what happens in the heart and the mind that you may have never noticed before. Be interested in this laboratory. Make sure you're relaxed. Now, with the same ease in the body, feeling relaxed, releasing false muscles. Now, turning attention, awareness to receive the breath in the chest area. As if the breath was being received from your heart center, the middle of your chest, entering and exiting. Awakening your heart in this moment in time with each breath. Giving, receiving to the world. Perhaps your good wishes, your kindness. Notice how different it may feel to receive the breath in the chest, the heart center, compared to the abdomen. Is there something different about your state of mind now? State of your body overall? And now, receiving the breath at the nostrils, not inside the nostrils, but outside the nostrils at the upper lip. Noticing the coolness of the air, the warmth. Could be more subtle. Let the body remain relaxed. Noticing the breath outside the nose at the upper lip could be quite subtle. See how the mind, the body adapts. Notice. Do you notice any differences in the state of mind and the body? Receiving the breath at the nostrils. Do you find yourself more distracted, perhaps, or not? More thoughts arising, or perhaps more concentrated? See the difference. And letting go of attending to the breath at the nostrils. Settling into the whole body filled out, the entire body, especially if you were practicing yesterday, the outline of the whole body, the whole body filled out, sitting, whatever your posture is in this moment. Head, shoulders, arms, trunk, sit bones, legs, feet. Entire body, this entire body. Breathing as if you're breathing through all your pores. This whole body bellowing. As if the body itself was breathing through the pores. Not effortful. It's happening on its own. Just bring your attention, awareness to it. Perhaps even considering that your body extends just a tiny bit beyond the border of your skin. And the breath moves through, in and out with ease, porously. Settling into the whole body breathing. Imagine the whole body billowing, being breathed. Your hands are breathing, your back is breathing. And as we bring this period of sitting to a close, dedicating, sharing our goodness, our cultivation, our engagement, our energy, our effort as a community, as individuals and a community. Offering our collective cultivation to all beings everywhere, including ourselves. May our cultivation, our knowing, our awakening, walking on the path towards awakening, may it serve, may it be of service, not just to ourselves, but to everyone, those we know, those we don't know. May all beings everywhere be happy. May all beings everywhere be free, including ourselves. Thank you for your practice. Hello. Greetings, dear Sangha. Lovely to be practicing with you. So, as we are exploring the mind's body this week, this particular invitation today in the guided meditation was to explore the impact of attending to the breath, turning awareness to receive the breath, either in the abdomen, the chest, nostrils, or the whole body. There are more ways to tend to the breath, but given limited time. And recently I was talking with a dedicated practitioner who's practiced for many years, for decades actually, set 3-month retreats at IMS, multiple ones, etc. And we got to talk about the breath, and I started to share about the different impact that attending to the breath in different places has, and they said, I had no idea. No one has ever shared this with me before. Why don't other Dharma teachers ever talk about this? And I thought, this is important to talk about. This is important to talk about. And I also I'm appreciating seeing the comments about how breathing into different areas really are shifting the energetic feelings for people, how you're exploring and seeing that. That's wonderful. Makes me very happy to see that. So a couple of things. One is Dharma teachers, I may or may not have heard this through my own practice, maybe for one person or not, but it's also something that I would say that I've experienced on my own and discovered on my own. And there are other writings. Anyway, so this is part of the canon. This is important, is knowing how to work with the breath. Can support you, can support where you are in your practice, can support the energetic feeling, can support you with hindrances. So let's dive in. Let's dive in. So attending, receiving the breath in the abdomen. Let's start with the abdomen. The sense of ease, relaxed, receiving of the breath. Again, not intentionally breathing yourself, because that can become very tight. It can become like a chore. I'm breathing. But the breathing is already happening, but receiving it in the abdomen. So the abdomen, especially the lower abdomen, that's also where Mahasi Sayadaw, a prominent teacher in the in Theravada tradition, in Burma, that's where and Mahasi Sayadaw was a teacher to many of the teachers who came to the West and brought Vipassana to the West about 50 years ago or so. So attending to the breath in the abdomen can have the impact, can have the result of the mind feeling settled, the mind feeling grounded. So the abdomen can be perhaps one of the most grounding places to attend to the breath, and especially if you are a practitioner who tends to be very heady in your work, in your life. You tend to think a lot. Then bringing the center of gravity of the attention down in your physical body to your abdomen, and noticing the breath, receiving the breath in the abdomen, can be really grounding. The image to have is like a balloon. If you have a helium balloon and it's light and it's just wants to get away, you put a weight on the bottom of it, and you put it on the earth. So put a weight on your helium balloon of your thoughts that I want to go here, there, everywhere. If you notice there are a lot of thoughts, bring the attention down, down, down to your abdomen. Receive the breath in the abdomen. So the abdomen is generally, I would say, the best place for beginning practitioners. If you're relatively new or still exploring the abdomen, or even if you're an experienced practitioner, the abdomen tends to be a one size fits all. It has many, many advantages. And there's also a grossness to the sensations of rise and fall that can be, again, something for the mind to grab onto, all the sensations on the sides of the belly, on the top of the belly. Just there's so many sensations everywhere. So that can really ground and settle the mind. The mind's body, it can be really comforted, soothed, settled. With paying attention to the breath in the abdomen, especially if there is the hindrance of agitation, if there's the hindrance of restlessness or worry. Bring the energy down, lower abdomen, sense the breath there, and it will calm, it will soothe, it will settle, it will ground. And sometimes even your sit bones can be helpful. It really low, really feeling your breath low. The chest can also have different impacts, different ways of the energy moving, shifting. Sometimes the advantage, maybe I'll say one advantage of the breath here is sometimes feeling that the breath is entering directly into the heart center and exiting the heart center. It can open the heart. It can have a metta quality to it, loving kindness, and especially if you're practicing metta, this heart center breathing can be just so lovely. Can synchronize your metta with, even if there are no phrases, but just this feeling of kindness breathing through your heart for the whole world, for yourself. That can be a sense of calming and soothing there. The chest, however, can bring up some anxiety. If you're having anxiety or restlessness, worry, etc., can kind of bring the energy up a little bit in your chest. So you can, knowing that, you can bring it down. If that happens, you can bring it down to the abdomen. Again, all of these places have a lovely, both, the right time, and what's not helpful. The nostrils can be very subtle. The nostrils can be very subtle, and I do not recommend the nostrils for any beginner or even intermediate practitioners. Thanks for exploring it this morning. So if you're new, it's okay. The nostrils, the beauty of the nostrils is that the breath can be so subtle here that the mind can really get concentrated, but only after you've experienced many, many years of practice and even decades, and you really know your way around the energy bodies and concentration practices. The challenge with, and never go inside the nostrils. Do not feel the breath inside the nostrils. That's bad habit. Do not do it. It can cause a lot of problems down the road with practicing. But outside here, this is called the Anapana spot. Anapana spot here, the mindfulness of breathing spot here, I've been below the nose and over the lip, this ridge here. So the disadvantage can be that, again, it's very subtle. So it's so subtle that you don't feel it at all. You lose it. You become really tight. Like, where is that breath? You become so tight that you trip over your own shoelaces in practice, and not helpful. It can also bring a lot of bring the energy to the head area, so one can be distracted a lot more easily. So again, all of these have with so let's say with practicing at the nostrils. It is how my teacher, the Pak Sayadaw and Visuddhimagga, for the deeper level of jhanas, this is where the point, but again, after a lot of experience has happened, a lot of experience on the path, etc. So, and also to say the abdomen, as I talked about, being the generally wonderful place to go. If you're feeling a little sleepy, if there's sloth and torpor, and you're feeling very sleepy, then it might be helpful to actually pay attention to the breath in the chest or at the nostril, just to bring the energy up, to wake you up. It can have an uplift, the energy body can kind of uplift instead of being settled and down. So if you're feeling sleepy, it's okay for some time to feel the breath further up. And the whole body breath, the whole body breathing, which we tried very briefly, can again be very comforting, soothing, grounding. This whole sense of the energy body, and can feel spacious, can both feel confined in a good way, a sense of secure. Here I am in a cocoon. I'm being breathed, and can also feel very spacious. Again, if we add the spaciousness, there's a lot more to say. So I didn't include all of that, because in 30 minutes, there's only so much you can do. And besides, this was a really quick tour. I would recommend that trying all of these for longer periods of time on your own, and really exploring in your own energy body. Wow, the shifts. I mean, 5 minutes is just not enough for each of these stops. It's like a whirlwind tour of our breath, and then there are more practices, etc., etc. So there's so much to share with you about the mind's body. So I knew this was going to come up. There are lots of chats, lots of questions. I haven't seen them all, but one that I see is why the sensing inside the nostrils is not good. So if you just practice a little bit here and there inside the nostrils, is not going to impact you. But inside the nostrils, if you go on a retreat or if you practice a lot, the sense of solidity, the earth element, it is said, the sense of solidity arises inside the nostrils, inside the head. And if you do it over and over for a long time, especially on the retreat, then it feels like there are bricks in your nose, in your head, and it can completely mess you up. I've known practitioners where this has happened. You forget how to breathe. You can't even breathe. It gets tight. It can become very painful. So do not develop these bad habits that later you have to undo if you practice more. So I'll leave that answer to Jane's question. Okay, so much in this mind's body to explore and share. I hope this is supportive to your practice, knowing how to shift and turn and change if there's sleepiness, if there's anxiety, if there's need grounding, if there's subtlety. And there's a lot more to share. I look forward to practicing with you for the rest of the week. Take good care. Be well.